Hi class, my name is Lang Wen and this is my week 4 journal for HWE340. So during my favorite part of this assignment, we were told to sit quietly for 5 minutes and monitor our respiratory, cardiovascular, and neuromuscular systems. After the 5-minute period had unfortunately ended, I measured my respiratory and heart rate where the results showed 7 breaths per minute and 49 beats per minute. My muscles felt relaxed and had a lack thereof contractions, but everything changed after jogging in place and performing push-ups for 3 minutes each. During the jog in place, I could tell my muscles were starting to contract around my lower body, and I could tell my respiratory system was starting to get worked. Before in the resting state, my breathing rate felt natural where I wasn't trying to control my breathing rate. With that being said, I knew my heart rate was going up because I could feel my muscles getting warmed up. When the push-ups came, so did the exhaustion. I was pushing straight for 2 minutes and started feeling exhausted at the end of that second minute, which made the beginning of that third minute feel agonizing. At the end of this process, my muscles felt stiff and I also felt the need for a massage. Even though my muscles felt stiff, especially around my chest area, I didn't feel like my heart was pounding. When I came around to measuring my respiratory and heart rate, they came out to be 23 breaths per minute and 91 beats per minute. When you exercise and decide to make it long term, there are going to be adaptations that come along with it. For the respiratory system, you'd have an improved maximal oxygen uptake, or VO2 max, which is the amount of oxygen a person's body can process during physical activity. You also have the production of capillaries in the lungs to allow for more blood flow in and out. More isn't always better, but in this case it is. It helps out by improving the oxygen uptake since there is a bigger surface for blood to bind with hemoglobin. Another adaptation for the respiratory system would be a higher gas exchange rate. As capillaries are produced in the lungs, the deliverance of oxygen and removal of carbon dioxide does so as well. For the cardiovascular system, a few adaptations would be a lower resting heart rate, lower blood pressure, and an improved stroke volume. The average adult's heart rate ranges from 60 to 100 beats per minute, whereas those who exercise daily usually have a heart rate that ranges from 40 to 60 beats per minute. With the heart rate lowering, so does the blood pressure. With all the exercise that's performed, the muscles will become a bigger storage unit for energy, which would require less oxygen and nutrients from the blood that's being circulated. The stroke volume is the blood that's being pumped from the left ventricle part of the heart. During the time where exercising daily occurs, the heart will learn to pump blood out, carrying the necessities required by the body, displaying an improved stroke volume. For the neuromuscular system, some adaptations that can occur are motor unit endurance, motor unit synchronization, and the recruitment of fast twitch fibers. As exercise occurs, the muscles are bound to get fatigued. This happens because the motor unit recruitment and the designated working muscle, or muscles, subsides, and that's when you'll experience a reduction in strength. Over time with exercise, the motor unit recruitment will be able to stay activated longer and fatigue won't come as quickly. For motor unit synchronization, I want you to imagine a crew team of rowers. Every rower has to row in sync in order to get the boat moving in a consistent glide over the water. So what happens when one rower is out of sync? That boat doesn't glide at its full potential, right? It's the same thing with your muscles in your body. In order to perform a designated muscle at its highest, it requires all the motor units to work in sync in order to get the maximum efficiency out of it. But it does take time to get there. As for fast twitch fibers, they are what aid in high intensity exercise, which have the ability to increase your speed and strength. Just like a lot of things, it takes time, and as time passes, exercise helps develop a link between your brain and fast twitch motor units. This leads to a better activation with fast twitch fibers in the process of exercising. That concludes my week 4 journal, and thank you for watching.